Good afternoon. It is 5 o'clock. At this time, I'll call the pre-council meeting for the Perry City Council for Tuesday, November the 18th, 2025 to order. We do have a quorum. Are there any citizens here this evening that would like to address mayor and council at this time? Thank you. Item 4, items for review and discussion. 4A is the discussion of the November the 18th, 2025 council meeting agenda. Council members, I will call you attention to that agenda. Items 1, 2, and 3 are our standard items. The invocation, please. Dr. Albritton. And the pledge. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Okay. 4 will be citizens for the input. Item 5 will be recognitions and presentations. 5A is a recognition of Veterans Day nominees. We have 5 of those that will be with us this evening. I will introduce each one of those. And do we have a token of appreciation for them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So will you be presenting those?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And pictures?
Yes, sir.
Oh, or taking pictures?
We're taking pictures.
Okay. Very good.
I think I see Fred should be Fred Bryant. Pansy is his wife. On Veterans Day nominees.
Yeah. What's his last name?
Bryant. Fred
Bryant. Well, okay. Yeah, Pans.
His name is Pansy.
Okay, thank you for that. Does he go by Frederick or is it Fred?
I think it's Fred.
Frederick?
I know it's Fred. I think it's Fred.
Okay.
I can double check.
That's all right. Fred Bryant, we'll go with that. Okay, thank you for the correction. 5B will be introduction of new hires. Chief, you got 2 that you'll introduce?
Yes, sir. They'll both be here tonight. One of them's going to be our new crime analyst who just started, and Lindsay Etzenbach. And then Haley is a new police officer who's coming here from Metro Atlanta region with 5 years experience. So we're ready to put them to work.
Great. Appreciate that. Item 5C will be a proclamation recognizing Small Business Saturday. Will there be people here from Main Street?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I know at least 2, but possibly more.
Okay, thank you. Then 5D is a special events application. 5D1 is the Spring Travel Showcase hosted by the Perry Area Convention and Visitors Bureau on Saturday, May the 2nd, 2026 from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Ms. Hartley?
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor and Council, we've received a special event application submission by the Perry Area Convention and Visitors Bureau to host their Spring Travel Showcase in the parking lot of City Hall back here along Main and Ball Street. This is in celebration of Travel and Tourism Week. They have hosted this event in the past, like within the event center, within the council chambers here at City Hall. They're just wanting to move it to a more public area. There was no feedback or objections from any of the city departments, and the only city service requested is the use of that parking lot, no additional services.
Questions, council members? Great, thank you. We
Thank
look
you.
forward to it. Item 6 are mayor council joint appointments. 6A is the Housing Authority of the City of Perry has asked us for a reappointment of Phyllis Ingram as their resident commissioner. Any questions relative to that? Ms. Ingram currently serves in that position, and they're recommending that it be renewed. Okay. Item 6, I would also request a point of public privilege. I would like to move item 11C1 to the mayor council joint appointments. And that is a resolution to appoint Robert Smith as the city manager. My understanding is numbers of Mr. Smith's entourage will be here this evening, and so to keep from having them to sit through the entire meeting, I think we ought to name him city manager early on in the program, so if that's agreeable.
He wants to know PQA once he's born.
Okay. That way they can go home and watch TV.
Watch this on
Well, I was telling the mayor, my kids might actually be interested in what I do.
Yeah.
Well, they can stay as long as they want to.
Yeah,
We're just gonna give the option to them. Item 7 is a public hearing. My understanding is that has been removed from the agenda. Will that take a vote to remove it? Or has it just been removed by request of the petitioner? Resolved. Okay. I'll just say it's been removed because the issue's been resolved for the petitioner. Item 8 will be the review of the minutes. Item 9 is unfinished business. 9A is an ordinance for the second reading and adoption. The second reading is an ordinance to rezone various City of Perry-owned properties to GU, government use. The properties are located at 808 Carroll Street, 1502 Houston Lake Road, 1504 Houston Lake Road, 1506 Houston Lake Road, and 531 Courtney Hodges Boulevard. Who's going to present that? Are you going to do it, Mr. Duffy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will call on you at that time. Item 9A2 is a second reading of a text amendment to the land management ordinance to amend 4-1.1. That's the table of uses in the C3 zoning district. Mr. Duffy?
Yes, sir. I'll be presenting this one as well.
Okay, very good. Item 10 will be any other unfinished business from the members here on the dais. Item 11, new business. 11A are matters that referred from the November 17th, 2025 work session and the November 18th, 2025 pre-council meeting. We have 2 items that were carried over from last night for a vote. 11A1 is the pickleball court rental fee proposal. Any additional comments, Mr. Coates?
No, Mayor, not at this time.
Council members, do you have any questions relative to that fee proposal as outlined? Okay, thank you. Item 11A is the request for downtown security cameras that was outlined by Chief Everidge last night. Anything additional, Chief?
No, sir, nothing tonight further.
Okay, thank you. Now, are they the same type of building mounted, or they're the larger ones that we have in the park?
Well, it is kind of like the building mount. What makes the ones in the park look so large is that huge solar panel that went with them. So we'll have electric. That one picture is kind of a corner mount off a building, so
Okay,
it'll be a little different mount, but without solar.
that'll be great. Okay, kind of looks like a football.
Yes, sir.
Something
It's kind
like
of it's kind of rounded and globed out, but and we may try to figure out a way to, especially one on the black pole, we may try to figure out if we can alter the color a little bit so it just blends right in.
Okay. Any other questions, council members? Thank you, Chief. Item 11B are ordinances for the first reading and introduction. 11B1 is the first reading of an ordinance amending the 2025 budget.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor and Council, this is a standard process we follow each year around this time to actually amend the previous year's fiscal budget. Fiscal year 2025 ended June 30, 2025. And what this budget does is it trues up our revenue expenses to what we actually spent. This is a process that helps out with the audit process and reduces some of the paperwork that we have to do at the state level each year.
Okay. Questions, council? Thank you, Mr. Worthington. Item 11C are resolutions for consideration and adoption. 11C1 we will already have covered. Ms. Birchall, if that's okay with you, under 6. And 11C2 is a resolution to establish a connectivity fee or connection fee. We will table that until our December the 4th meeting for a vote at that time. Is that right? December the 4th, the right date? Second? Okay. I thought it was the 4th. 11D or amendment number 1 to the Ryland Environmental Incorporated relative to toter pickup. Mrs. White?
I'll come up here so maybe y'all can read my lips and maybe that'll help. This amendment is to add in a service to Ryland's existing contract that outlines a nominal fee for them to do the toter deliveries, repairs, recycling, or any kind of maintenance that would be needed to the residential carts. And this is in an effort for future planning. We've noticed that our transfer station is becoming a full-time position. So we're hoping to have this in place so that in the future we can shift the person and staffing that's assigned currently to toter deliveries to a full-time position out at the transfer station.
Okay. Questions, council? Thank you. 11E is the Georgia's Public Service Commission Consent Agreement. Ms. White?
So in 2022, the Public Service Commission inspected our natural gas system as part of just their process of inspecting, coming and reviewing reports, qualifying our system, surveys. At that time, they gave us 7 penalties that at $5,000 apiece. They were mostly clerical in that some of the calibrations of equipment were properly documented. Some of the welding samples for qualifying were kept on physical samples of pipe instead of recorded on backup documentation. And then some of the leak surveys weren't completed in the time frames that they were supposed to be completed. So since that time, you know, the federal government takes some time to work through these. We've met with them. We've put in place remedies, even added a position with ESG, the natural gas compliance officer, that's responsible for reviewing all of this stuff and making sure we're in compliance, everything that's done in the field. So the PSC has finally provided the city this consent order to reduce their $35,000 down to $3,500 total. So the document that you have is outlining that agreement for the city to resolve the inspection report with that $3,500 fee. You know, we always aim to have a perfect inspection, but I think that we've learned a lot from this process, and we've done a lot to make sure that we don't run into these same issues in the future.
Okay. Questions, council members? Thank you. 11F is public right-of-way agreement with Georgia Southern and Florida Railroad Company relative to the A. Harris Road sewer line installation permit application. Mr. McMurray?
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor and council, we've recently came to you in an earlier council meeting for this agreement. This portion of this agreement is necessary for the A. Harris sewer force main. We've come back to you with this because we have learned that there is a licensing fee associated with it for one time of $25,000 cost in the agreement. So we're seeking your approval to move forward with this bore under the railroad.
Okay. Questions, council members? Thank you. The 12 through 18 are our standard items. Do you have any questions, council members, relative to tonight's agenda? Any concerns? Hearing none, at this time I'll call your attention back to the pre-council agenda. Item 5 are council member items. Ms. Bonham Grace?
I just have a question about the Quickwood Drive, new road. Where are we with that? Every time I go through there, I still see any movement. So have they started back working?
I spoke to the superintendent today, Mr. Jim Brewer. He informed me that they're still waiting on a GDOT permit for Georgia Power to come in and finish the bore of the electrical lines under the road, which you recently approved. There's also some grading and some final paving that needs to be done. He assured me that his crew is sitting on go, waiting for this Department of Transportation permit to move forward. He was actually he was in the Thomaston office today and was supposed to be inquiring about that, but I haven't heard of any feedback since 3 o'clock this afternoon or so. It's my latest.
Dr. Albritton? Mr. Peterson?
None for me.
Okay. Mr. Smith?
No, sir.
Ms. Newby, do you have anything for us this evening? Okay, thank you. We do not have a requirement for an executive session this afternoon, so is there anything else that needs to come before us from any of our department heads this evening, since we have a few minutes?
Mayor, I've got one item just to make council aware of. Tomorrow, the Economic Development Department will be hosting an event through our Technology and Entrepreneurship Board. It's a event to help veterans with resources and assistance if they're looking to start a business. So that will be at lunchtime at the Perry Event Center. If any of y'all would like to attend, you're more than welcome.
Wonderful, thank you. Anything else? Council members, anything? If there's nothing else to come before us, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn our pre-council meeting.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. We do stand adjourned until 6 o'clock.